Yep.
There it goes.
I wanted to check the framing as well. I'm a camera guy too, so.
Oh, nice. So, 97 Tercel. It's gonna be memories of memories of my Echo, which I miss, and there we go. You know, even with no power steering, it's still.
It does do that. It's loose.
I mean, there's tons of body roll going there, but it's already a wrench on it.
That's all right. It's a Tercel. It's built for it. It's built to be beat to crap. It's built for, you know, potholes and Halifax
I
roads.
wonder why they built it, because at the time, well, the Corolla was going up market.
Mm-hmm.
So this was made to compete, I guess, with the Civic. But
the Civic was bigger.
The Civic was bigger, and it was an up-marketed thing. So this thing was just made to be cheap, cheap, cheap.
Yep.
Because back in the 80s, man, that's smooth. Back in the 80s, the Corollas, they were tiny. Of course, you had the A86, the A82. And then the Corolla became kind of a budget family car, or a really nice single guy's car.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they needed something that was really cut the corners, and this was it. Man, I miss these low belt lines. I miss cars like this. Feels, my Echo was definitely taller on the inside. This is lower to the ground. It's an automatic, but you do have attack. So there it is at 5,000. It is going 43. Not too bad. That's just second gear right there. Now with the overdrive off, it doesn't give you a light on the dash to say the overdrive is on or off.
The standard dashboard did. But this dashboard's out of a manual transmission.
Okay. Oh, wait, you changed the dashboard?
Yep.
Oh, did Nick get that in the notes?
Yes, he did.
That is interesting. You changed the whole.
I found it out of the one Tercel that I've ever seen with options and a stick shift. It was just so rusty, though. Yep. One wheel peels. There's another one.
There is another one right there.
The 4th gen. Yeah, button out is overdrive out.
Button out. There's kick down the 1. I'm gonna go for full lights. I'm going through the woods for a second. See, you put me in a 90s car, I get super brave because I know how they handle. I mean, they're crap, but they're predictable crap. Not to say that this car isn't crap, but it's, I guess it's the lightness to it. Like, it communicates.
It tells you exactly what you're doing.
It's like a single-speed, huffy BMX bike, also from the 90s. To it because this car is in such good condition. Yeah, I know there's rust here and there, but all of that is solved with some steel wool and a rattle can.
Yeah.
Do you have no shock absorbers on this? Because this,
nope, these
really
are original.
Not leaking at all.
Well, they're getting there. They're worn. They're bouncy. On the highway, it gets a little bouncy, but.
I'm honestly enjoying it with no power boost to the steering wheel. It's quite nice. Yeah, it goes right down through the gears. And you almost have to hold it right before you feel where the kickdown would be.
If you want.
Because otherwise, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the highway, just scream or groan.
It feels like it has more power than the Sarah, even though the Toyota Sarah that I drove on the same road felt like it was lugging.
Did that have a? Did that have the same engine?
I believe it did.
Okay. I know the manual Paseos had a different gearbox than the Tercels. They're slightly different gearing. Like fifth wasn't all the way in the stratosphere.
All right, so this is all the way to the floor. All right, it shifts 200 RPM before red line, and now I think whatever gear that was.
Second will go way up. Second will bring you all the way up to 60. And don't worry about the fuel gauge. It has that old Toyota thing where it's really pessimistic on the last half.
Really?
So where it's actually at 1/4, it's between 1/4 and half. Anywhere under half, you half the distance of it.
Huh.
Yeah. Every Toyota I've ever owned has done that.
Interesting. Yeah, the first gear it squats out, and then second, come on, a little bit less, and then whoa,
Yeah.
all the way down. You're done.
Fourth is even worse. Well, that's fourth. It's just.
I think that thing went from second to fourth, immediate.
Yeah. I guess you let off just right.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Luke.
Not a problem. Nice to meet you.
Meet you too.
Oh, lights are on.
Oh, lights are on.
Yes. It doesn't beep unless you open the door. And it tries to lock you in.